And that's a big part of the film, is this guy learning to open himself up to family and other people and love, and not just being all about work and job and money. And I think that's a lesson that we probably all, in some way, shape, or form, could learn. The larger takeaway from it is that you understand a lot more about life, and you understand a lot more about being an adult and being responsible and being a father and being a caring person on the planet, and that's an important lesson to learn. And you know, life's pretty short, and if you just go through it in pursuit of one thing, you've wasted a lot of life on a lot of the best parts of life. And I think that these boys kind of opened JB's eye, and Brenda opened JB's eyes to the other side of it. It's definitely not just a baseball film. In fact, baseball is the canvas, it's the backdrop that we play against. But it's a family story. Honestly, it's about a family, about a very untraditional, non-traditional, different kind of family, and that was one of the big things that drew me to it. You know, my day job, I don't play the best example of a family man either, and this was very different from that, and I appreciated the opportunity to get to play that other side, and it's, as I mentioned, baseball is very important to me, but also kind of representing something that families can go see and experience and hopefully like is also important to me. Well, when I knew that Mark and Gordon were producing the film, and I immediately looked up what they've done. And you mentioned Miracle and Rookie and you know, Invincible, these films that I love. I love sports movies. I'm that guy. But I love that they're based on true stories, that there's something that you can look to and be inspired personally. JB's agency is a small agency, and he has some very good clients, but he doesn't have the numbers that the larger agencies have, and that can really, you know, basically pay his bills. And he's having a hard time doing that, and he's realizing that there's a ticking clock, like a mortgage or several mortgages, that are informing him his day-to-day business. He's got to get clients. I mean, that's what agents do. They sign clients, they make deals, and they get a percentage. And if you don't have clients, you don't have deals, you don't have a percentage. 10% of nothing is nothing. And so he needs to get clients. He realizes that he's fighting against this monolithic, larger agency, and realizes maybe there's another way to do it. There's another way to get in on the ground floor of something. And that's the idea that is, that's the idea that it turns into $1 Million Arm. Sports have a way of uniting all of us. Most of us have had some sort of experience with either playing a sport or being a fan of a sport or something in that realm. And it's emotional. You get emotionally attached to your team or to your favorite player or to a sport that you maybe excelled in. And that's the thing that we all spark to. When you're faced with what seems to be either an astronomical odds or an impossible situation, finding a way through, solving those problems, and using what you have to overcome obstacles in life. And I think those are some pretty good lessons to take away from any story. I think we all have a version of that where, when presented with what seems like an impossible situation, you have two options: quit or work harder. And I think we all like to think that we would all just work harder and try to overcome difficult situations. And sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we fail. But failure is part of learning as well. JB fails at the beginning of the film. He doesn't get the client that he wants, and that failure leads him to, you know, spurs him on even more so to find the next thing. And that's an important lesson to, like, if it's something that you're passionate about, you need to keep trying.